able to manage your emotional intelligence. So that's a few points we are going to cover, and that will be much more efficient for you to become more understanding and not deep knowledge about what is emotional intelligence. So this is how we are going to go like introduction and all this stuff like one by one, and we will just continue all these points. So the very first point, what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is the ability to identify and understand and manage one emotion and the emotions of other. It is a critical skill that can be generally impact our personal and professional life, especially in a leadership position. As I said, whenever you are in a position of leadership, when you are leading your people, when you're leading your group, even I have doing the same thing from in my college, and once it comes, that responsibility comes to you, you don't know what you have to do. So once you have to develop that skill, because it is very much important, because once you able to understand what it takes to be that person, that will be much more easier for you to get emotionally intelligence, and your decision making skill will also get better, and most of the thing you will find is automatically controllable by you, right? So define what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence consists of four components. The very first one is self-awareness. The second one is self-management. Third one is social awareness. And the fourth one is relationship management. Right. So we'll see all these 4 points, which defines how good you will be in your emotional intelligence. So the very first one is self-awareness. Invokes recognition and understanding your own emotion, while self-management involves regular your emotion and behavior. Social awareness involves understanding the emotions of other, and relationship management involves using emotional intelligence and communicate effectively and build a strong relationship. Because once you are able to build that strong relationship in your communication while in your relationship, that will be much more efficient, right? Emotional intelligence differ from consequent intelligence, which is ability to learn and process the information. This is all the basic and meaningful thing, like once you are getting to know about, that will be much more efficient. Why it is so important in your life? Emotional intelligence is important in life because it allows us to better understanding of ourselves and other. By being more aware of your own emotion and how they are affected your behavior. And I have seen like most of the people, they just get into the trap of their emotional, and they just end up making that wrong decision, end up making that wrong decision in their relationship, end up making the bad decision in their business or in their any other area of their life, in the family, in the friendship, in the, so like once you are able to control your emotion, you will be getting better, right? Additionally, your emotional intelligence can also help us you in difficult situation with emphasis and understanding. In short, emotional intelligence is a key component of emotion and a social well-being, and it can generally enhance your personal and professional life, right? It is very much essential. And most of the leader you have seen like how they are making their decision is more likely to better than most of the people, because they know the importance of emotional intelligence. And once you are able to understand the emotions of other, then you can easily able to lead your group, you can easily able to tell them what they actually want. So now we are coming to the very next point, the importance of emotional intelligence in leadership, right? Emotional intelligence is essential for efficient leadership because it allows leaders to understand them and manage their own emotions as well as their emotions of their team members. By being more aware of their own emotions, leader can make a better decision and communicate more effectively with their teams. Additionally, by understanding the emotions of their team members, leader can build a strong relationship and forecast the positive work environment. This is the essential part of your whole business. Let's suppose you are running your own organization, and if you are lacking at somewhere in your emotional intelligence, so you are not able to communicate with your team so effectively. You have to be your best, you have to give your best, your team has to give your best, because once you are able to do that, definitely your team will be unstoppable, right? Research has shown that leaders with a high emotional intelligence are more successful and motivated and inspiring to their team. Revolving conflict and achieving organizational goal. You have to achieve the goal. This is the basic thing which you have to actually do when you are in your business field. In short, emotional intelligence is a critical skill for anyone in a leadership position. Anyone, even if you want to become a leader of your family member, you have to understand all these things. If you want to become a leader from a friend group, you have to understand, like, it is a critical skill that you can easily learn, but it will take your effort. And once you learn it, it will worth more than anything else. You have to just give your time, you have to just give your effort, you have to just give your dedication. Yeah, everything takes time, everything it take effort, right? Nothing is going to get you so easily. You have to fight for it. And emotional intelligence is the very first thing that comes. How you are going to develop your emotional intelligence. Developing emotional intelligence require practice and self-reflection. One way to develop self-awareness is to keep a journal and reflect on your emotion and behavior. Another way to develop emotional intelligence is to keep feedback from others and actively listen to their perspective, right? Even though I am doing this a lot with my the people who I talk, and on every daily basis, I just keep on talking with them and just have that normal conversation and just take my feedback from them. So once you are in that position, once you write your own journal, you will reflect what you were yesterday and what you are becoming today. So this is how, when you compare, you will get that more upper handed on what you are going to do, what you were in the past, and what you are right now, right? To develop a social awareness and relationship management skill, it is important to practice, emphasize, and active listening, right? Because whenever you are in your meeting, let's suppose if someone is explaining his idea and you are just continuously, you are getting your points and you are getting ready to just tackle them, you are just getting ready to what they have said wrong, you have to just keep and just listen to them. And once you listen to them, you will get more understanding how they think, how they actually work, what they actually do, what are their roles. And this is the quality of leader. If you are going to understand the people, what they have to give to you, right? You have to do one thing. You have to put yourself into a someone else's shoes and truly trying to understand their point of view. Additionally, it is important to communicate clearly and effectively to build a trust and rapport with others, right? This is what it actually takes. Most of the people will tell you, you have to do this, you have to do that. Nothing. You have to just sit there, you have to observe them, what they have to tell you, and put yourself into their other shoes. It the same rule apply in your business. When you're making some product, what is your basic requirement? What is your basic requirement? Your product should solve the other people problem. Yeah, your product should solve others problem. The basic thing which your product will be much more useful for the society, and it should be a actually gold product, right? Then only you can go to multiplying your team, multiplying your organization, having more branch. But if your core product is not strong, I will tell you, you will get so bad hurt in your business and nobody wants to. Then you will learn after all this stuff. So the people who are going to learn from others, they have that upper hand. And even you are right now knowing all this stuff. So now, benefits of emotional intelligence. Benefits of emotional intelligence are numerous. Individuals with a higher emotional intelligence have better equipment and handle stress. Like they are easily able to handle their stress, make a good decision, and build a strong relationship. There are also more realistic in the fact of challenge and setback, and they are better able to adapt the changes and the circumstances, right? You have to be that person. You have to be that person who is able to make their surrounding happy, who is able to change himself like in on any circumstances, who is able to go through from any phase of life just by smiling and don't let others to think what you are actually doing. In additional to personal benefit, emotional intelligence can also have a positive impact on organization. Leaders with a higher emotional intelligence are better able to motivate and inspire their team, resolving conflict and achieving organizational goal. They are more effective in building the positive team environment and promoting to the, this is what I am actually learning, what I am actually doing with my organization. Like I'm also learning this emotional intelligence, and I have learned, because that's why I just made all these PPT for you to understand what me as an organization person, like what I have learned and what I have built my team. That's how, what it takes to make better communication. You have to resolve conflict. You have to have a better relationship with your team, right? You have to have that strong bond, even if you are in your relationship with your family, with your friends, with your, not of course enemies, but you have to actually do all this small thing, right? Which will make you a better person at the end of the day. Let's suppose like who are the person who has studied, who has achieved, and what are their point of view, what they actually wanted to tell you, what they actually wanted to speak to you, what it takes to become that person. One example of successful leader with a higher emotional intelligence is Operation Welfare. As demonstrate emphasizes and composed through a career using her platform to promote a social justice and give a voice to communication. She has also built a strong relationship with a team member and view inspiring million thoughts. Her leadership and philanthropic work. Another example of a successful leader with a higher emotional intelligence, right? Satya Nadella, CEO of Microsoft. This is all the people. You can see the photos of them. They have make actually better growth with their team. And if you see the bigger organization who actually doing well with their work, they just know the basic thing, like how mind works, how your mind works, like how the psychology of human, a man or woman, how it takes to give them that specific amount of trust. Because whenever you are building your business, you have to build that strong trust with your friends, with your team members, with your customer. Because once they started to trust you, once they started to like you, they are getting more rely on you. They're getting more connected to you. And once you are able to understand that basic mentality of human, then you can sell anything, then you can do anything. And selling is one of the biggest problem in industry. So this is how you can sell the most of your products, most of your anything you can sell if you understand these concepts, if you understand the human mind. And that's where emotional intelligence help you to understand, to go deep into your thought, to just question yourself, to question your put yourself into a other situation and know the problem and get to the outcome which is important for them, right? So let's talk about what we have learned right now. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is a critical skill that can generate impact a personal and professional life, especially in leadership position. By developing our emotional intelligence skill, we can better understand ourselves and others, right? Communicate more effectively and build a more strong relationship. This was the whole objective what we have actually talked about. As we have seen through the case study, presence and emotional intelligence is a key component of successful leadership. By predicting self-awareness, emphasize, and the effective communication, we can become better leader and make positive impact in our organization and communities, right? So if you are a leader, if you are any leader, I just wanted to know you that you have to understand all these basic things. You have to be self-aware, you have to be self-managed, you have to communicate better. All these four pillars which we have discussed right now, you have to work on, because without that, you you will struggle a lot. But your brother is here to help you with anything, right? So just keep working on it. And that's all from my side.